our group 3 topic is about performance analysis of Hibiscus petroleum and Dagon NEX stocks. Our slide have 4 contents. The first part is introduction and background. Our presentation focuses on the performance analysis of 2 Bursa Malaysia listed stocks, Hibiscus Petroleum behind and Dagon NEX behind, using module portfolio theory and the capital asset pricing module. The Kuala Lumpur Composite Index or KLCI is used as proxy for the market portfolio. Our objective is to evaluate the risk-return characteristics of the selected stocks, analyze their portfolio implications, and assess whether their returns are consistent with CAPM predictions. Why these 2 stocks were selected? There are 3 reasons. The first is listing on Bursa Malaysia. Both companies are listed on Bursa Malaysia, ensuring data availability and consistency with the KLCI market proxy used in analysis. The second one is different industries. The 2 firms operate in fundamentally different industries, which helps to illustrate diversification effects in portfolio theory. Hibiscus Petroleum can represent the energy and upstream oil gas sector, while Dagon NEX behind operates primarily in technology and semiconductor-related services. Finally, different risk characteristics. The selected stocks exhibit different risk characteristics, particularly in terms of volatility and systematic risk. This contrast makes them suitable for demonstrating key components in CAPM, beta estimation, and mean variance portfolio optimization. Next is introduction of selected stocks. The first one is HPB. HPB is an upstream oil and gas company with producing assets in Malaysia and other regions. Its core activities include the exploration, development, and the production of petroleum resources. As an energy-related firm, Hibiscus is highly exposed to commodity price fluctuations and microeconomic conditions, which typically result in higher sensitivity to market movements. This makes the stock well suited for analyzing systemic risk and beta behavior with the CAPM framework. In this study, Hibiscus serves as an example of a cycle stock with a relatively higher market exposure. The next one is DNB. DNB is a diversified technology group involved in related activities, information technology services, and digital solutions. Compared to Hibiscus, DNEX performance is more influenced by film-specific developments such as technology cycle. Is DNEX a suitable example of a stock with higher idleness risk, allowing a comparison between market diverse risk and film-specific volatility? The last one is relevance to portfolio and CAPM. By selecting one energy stock and one technology stock, the analysis is able to compare systematic risk versus total risk, examine difference in beta confidence, illustrate how a correlation affects portfolio diversification, demonstrates the construction of medium ones and tracking portfolios. The contrast between hibiscus, petroleum, and dagang. NEX draws the explanatory power of the CAMP and portfolio theory applied in this study.
Hello, Professor. This is my part. My part has two topics. The one topic is data and methodology. Okay. The data is methodology. The first is return calculation and risk. And this topic about the two small topics. The one is the standalone risk assessment and the systemic risk assessment. Okay. The standalone risk assist using the mini returns and the standard deviation of the monthly returns. For the corporation abilities, monthly statistics are mutilated using the semantic sets for the explicit returns and the square root of the time rules of volatilities. Systematic risks is the capitalists through the date coefficients. Estimation uses the correlations between the individual stocks returns and the market returns relative to the ones of the market returns, and the CMP required returns are completed as these formulas. And these formulas, when we get the RM is the 9.19% and the RF is the 3.59%. And the secondary topic is the monthly returns calculation. Okay, we can see the exhibition 1. The exhibition 1 is the monthly return series. It is about the hibiscus, DNEX, and the KLCR3 stocks. The monthly simple returns was calculated from closing price using the standard returns definitions, and this formula is about the monthly return calculation. Okay, and the two topic is the part third, risk and the return analyze. The first is the standalone risk analyze. Okay, we can see the first one. The first one is the historical market line. It's about the historical return and the volatility. Okay, the first one is summarize the historical returns and volatility of the hibiscus and the DNEX stocks over the central price. And alongside the market processed both stock exhibition substantially higher volatilities than the market, and the consistency with the characteristics of the cyclical or the small cap fields. And the DEX stocks show the highest average return in the simple but the highest volatilities, and the indication highest returns and the highest uncertainties return provide. Although this further call that because the RF master is the 3.59 and the RM is master 9.9%. Yeah, let's go to the next page. Next page is the correlation between stocks, and we talk about the factors of the correlation. The correlation between the correlation between two stocks returns is the modest. We know that the approximately is the 0.55. Importantly, that the diversifications benefit exist but they are limited, and this suggests that a substantial proportion of the risk stocks is the total risk is the firm specific rather than the purely market driven. And this exhibition 2 is about the topic is the factor of the correlations. We can use this to explain our topic. Yeah, this is my topic.
Good evening, Professor, and Happy New Year. Thanks for you give me about 3 minutes to my presentation. My presentation topic is portfolio risk analysis. The first to set portfolio construction. For portfolio analysis, a two set portfolio consisting of hibiscus and DNEX is constructed. Two benchmark occasion are reported: the minimum variance portfolio and the tangency. Portfolio based on historic simple means. Portfolio weights are constrained to sum to 1. The second, portfolio risk measurement. Portfolio risk depends on the volatilities of the component stocks and their convergence. Because DNEX is considerably more volatilities than HuangYiXuan. The minimum variance portfolio allocates almost a weight to HuangYiXuan when expected returns are incorporated. Use historic samplings. The tangency portfolio assigns another weight to the NEX in order to capture its high average return. Despite the resulting increase in risk, optimal weights and beta coefficients. First, optimal portfolio weights. If the objective to minimize portfolio risk, the minimum variance portfolio is optimal and is ready for invested in HuangYiXuan. If the objective is to maximize risk-adjusted return relative to the risk-free rate, the tangency portfolio is optimal on the mean variance assumption. In practice, these weights should be interrupted punctually during two portfolio extractive in sample average return. 2. Optimal weights homogeneous chart. As you know in the figure, the median variance portfolio allocates return ready or is holding to HuangYiXuan risk stock, which exhibits smaller volatilities. To minimize over-investment risk, in construct, the tangency portfolio increase is a correlation to the DNEX despite its higher risk level to achieve great risk-adjusted returns.
Okay, so let's still talking about the optimal weights and the beta coefficients. The first part is about the beta coefficients. So using the QOCR as a market proxy, HuangYiXuan has an estimated beta of 1.72, while the DNEX has an estimated beta of 1.09. HuangYiXuan therefore exhibits stronger sensitivity to overall market movements, whereas DNEX volatility appears to be driven largely by film spectral factors. And the second part is about the square market line. We got 2 points to discuss. The first is about SML facial comparison. As shown in figure 1, both selected scores are perpendicular to square market line, allowing a facial comparison between their CMPI request return and their estimated level of system risk, and the SML formula and returns. So it's got a lot of the formula here, and the CMPI request return are approximately 13.24 for HuangYiXuan and 9.68% for DNEX. The SML provide a benchmark for evaluating whether observed returns are consistent with the system active risk. And the next about talking about the growth of P and E EPS and the different Ds and the related measure. We should know detailed analysis of PE details and EPS growth requires earning data from annual reports. As the price-feeded data set contain price information only, the selection relies on public defended pricing and payout history provide complementary insight to shareholder returns and firm performance.
So, turn my part is 4 is about conclusions and investment implications. It's very, very important part. So let me try to explain. And the first one, we need to summarize of findings. The one is stock performance overview. Summarize the stock's trends of Hibiscus petroleum and Dongan exchange highlights key performance indicators in the market reactions. And the 2 is about comparative analysis. So we know, analyze is very important, right? So we need to know how to comparative. We need to compare the finance healthy growth prospects and the risk factors of both companies to identify strengths and the weakness. And the 3 is investment implications. Provide insights on how the analysis affects investment decisions, including potential risks and opportunities for investors. And finally, we need to investment recommendations and considerations. The analysis indicates that both selected stocks exhibit substantially higher total risk than the market process. Hibiscus shows great systemic risk exposure, while WangXueYan performance appears to be driven large by idiosyncratic factors. From a portfolio perspective, a conservative investor would likely favor a hibiscus heavy election unless there is strong confidence in the sustainable of the WangXueYan's higher historical returns. Overall, the findings reinforce the importance of combining quantitative profile analysis with fundamental assignment when forming investment decisions. And that's all how about we group to investment. So thank you, Professor. Bye.